Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to your Star City Late News. I'm Meredith Mitchell.
And I'm Josh Aber. Greater Lafayette Commerce hosted its annual gala tonight to thank its members for their support and to honor those who have had a positive impact on the community. Star City's Chris Mercivitza reports on the celebration and the organization's efforts to provide a much-needed skilled workforce for employers.
Business and government leaders gathered at the Purdue Memorial Union to celebrate the state of the local economy, as well as the individuals and businesses that have invested time and money in the community. Greater Lafayette Commerce President and CEO Scott Walker says board members also are looking to the future and the organization's goals.
We want to have over 212,000 people here in Tippecanoe County, and we want to raise our median income above the U.S. median income. And so we have goals that are associated with that to get us to that place.
To accomplish that, Walker says GLC's programs are focused on business success, creating jobs that support a high quality of life, and developing and retaining talent. One of those workforce development programs is underway now as Greater Lafayette Commerce hosts its annual Manufacturing Week. Elementary and middle school students are taking part in demonstrations at Lafayette's Ivy Tech campus, while high school students tour local manufacturing plants. Hands-on lessons help St. Lawrence Elementary School students learn how Southwire makes 100 million pounds of copper wire each month. They learn about production lines by folding paper airplanes and teamwork, building Lego cars under the supervision of Subaru of Indiana automotive representatives. Third grader Ashlyn Riley says she had 2 jobs on the assembly line.
It was kind of hard because a whole bunch of cars just kept getting sent to me, and I was still working on one car, and it happened to a lot of my friends too.
Greater Lafayette Commerce Workforce Development Director Kara Webb says specific activities are geared towards specific age groups. High school students tour plants and see what it's like to work on a production floor, as well as seeing other jobs within manufacturing facilities.
A lot of them have nursing and healthcare inside the buildings. They have attorneys and tax people who deal with global issues and and then just in our United States. So there's a lot of different opportunities for students in every job category in manufacturing.
This is the 5th year GLC has exposed youngsters to job opportunities through Manufacturing Week activities. Southwire Lafayette plant manager Shannon McIntyre says his company is beginning to realize benefits from the program now that students who were 8th graders when the program began are graduating from high school.
They know what type of work they're getting into, so they've now been able to see and experience different manufacturers in the workforce and see what they have to offer potential new hires, so they're more educated on what they want to do full time.
McIntyre says it's fun to show the students the opportunities that lie ahead, and he says it's nice to show off the many electrical products Southwire makes, but relatively few people realize come out of the Lafayette plant. Chris Mercivitza, Star City News.
Now, your first weather.
And we had a little taste of fall out there today with temperatures a lot cooler than we saw just 24 hours ago. Temperatures late this afternoon were 20 to 25 degrees colder than just what we saw yesterday afternoon. As highs yesterday were very close to upper to mid 80s. Today we're in the upper 60s and low 70s. Now the high of 78 here in Lafayette actually was hit shortly after midnight, and throughout much of the day temperatures dropped into the upper 60s and low 70s. 68 in Monticello, 69 degrees in Covington and Williamsport, 70 Crawfordsville, 70 Kokomo, and 69 degrees in Frankfort. But the cool weather not hanging around much longer as warmer temperatures are coming back along a warm front. I do see a little bit of rain trying to develop just down to our south and to our west. The latest radar is showing some of that rain that's trying to move further to the north and to the east. As it does so, then we'll see some rain chances coming in overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, and looking like temperatures will get a little bit warmer as highs get back into the mid 70s. So our school day forecast for your Friday: 57 degrees to start, cloudy skies, maybe a few isolated showers around, mostly cloudy throughout the day. Temperature reaching about 74 as we end our Friday afternoon. Even warmer weather for the weekend with more rain around, temperatures into the low to mid 80s both Saturday and Sunday. But some fall back in the forecast next week. We'll talk about it with your full forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Purdue University police are investigating a sexual battery that occurred on campus around 8:45 this morning. A female student told investigators she was leaving the Hicks Undergraduate Library when a man reached under her skirt, grabbed her, and took photos on his cell phone. The man is described as a white male, 5'9" or medium build with blonde hair and 20 to 21 years old. The victim says he was wearing glasses, khaki shorts, and a t-shirt. Chief John Cox says officers are reviewing video from cameras in the area in an attempt to identify the man. Anyone with information is being asked to call the anonymous We Tip hotline. That number on your screen, 1-800-782-7463.
Halloween just weeks away, which means haunted houses are popping up everywhere. But what does it take to keep people safe during the Fright Fest?
Matt McCutcheon tours one haunted house in Indiana to show what hidden hazards you will need to avoid.
'Tis the season for the creaks, the cracks, the ghosts, and the goblins, right? Haunted house season is here. There's a team of nearly 4 dozen inspectors from the Indiana Department of Homeland Security going room by room at these haunted houses to make sure your family is safe.
We're going to look for basic things like slip, trip, fall hazards. We're going to be looking up, making sure that the wiring and the conduit, everything is fine here. We'll be looking for the exit signs that should be within every 50 feet. There should be a corridor, and fire extinguishers within every 75 feet.
Inspections are done every year to keep your family safe and also includes going behind the scenes.
There's a lot of checklists that need to be done that we go through very thoroughly and check every corridor, every part of the building, not just the exhibits, but every part.
Inspectors fan out across the state and also test surfaces to make sure that they are flame retardant in case of a fire. If everything passes, they earn this all-important piece of paper, something you need to look for.
They will be issued an amusement and entertainment permit from the state of Indiana that should be posted. If it's not posted, you can ask the building management.
Well, 5 people have been hospitalized after a shooting early this morning outside of a South Bend bar and restaurant. It happened around 2:30 this morning after the bar had closed for the night. Police say none of the injuries are life-threatening. Authorities are still trying to determine what led up to the shooting. So far, no one has been arrested.
For those investing in auto stocks, it's a tale of two worlds. The stocks have stalled despite sales being relatively strong.
The latest numbers from September show Americans are still willing to pay more for a new car or truck. Phil LeBeau has more.
With prices at the pump relatively stable and the economy roaring, auto dealers continue to see brisk business. Last month, Fiat Chrysler outpaced Toyota, Ford, and Honda, who all sold fewer vehicles than a year ago. That's because Hurricane Harvey brought massive flooding along the Texas and Louisiana coasts, leading to a surge in replacement sales in September of last year. For all of 2018, sales are on pace to top 17 million vehicles for a 4th straight year. Not only are Americans buying vehicles at a healthy clip, they're paying more. The average price paid now tops $35,700. Largely because pickups and SUVs, which come with higher sticker prices, remain red hot. And that's good news for the bottom line of automakers. Still, auto stocks remain stuck in neutral, with some actually pulling back. Ford shares are down 26% this year, despite the F-Series pickup truck having record sales. Proof investors are looking for more than strong demand in the showroom. Phil LeBeau, CNBC Business News, Chicago.
A Utah man is now charged with sending suspicious envelopes to the White House and the Pentagon. William Clyde Allen III was taken into custody yesterday. The envelopes were initially thought to contain ricin, a potentially deadly poison. Authorities say they were actually filled with castor seeds, which are used to make ricin.
Consumer Reports found that organic foods are on average 47% more expensive than non-organic.
So for people wanting to avoid exposures to pesticides in produce and watch what they spend, according to the Environmental Working Group, there are some fruits and veggies that are more important to buy organic than others.
Haley Hernandez reports.
Peppers, pears, potatoes, these are just a few of the dirty dozen.
A lot of research that's showing that pesticides can do damage to our gut microflora.
Dietitian Erin Gussler says it's understandable people avoid organic produce due to price. But she says if you're going to invest in any clean fruits and veggies, these are the most important.
If you look, you can see the little pits where the seeds are, and that's a really good place for a lot of things to get in there. Similar with our grapes. Grapes are hard to peel. It takes a lot more effort, so it is one that's just worth buying organic.
So is the spinach, nectarines, apples, peaches, cherries, tomatoes, celery, and peppers. And even if it is organic, it's not totally free from pesticides. Washing fruits and veggies is important to rinse away chemicals and bacteria the foods come in contact with, from the people picking them to the people touching them in the store. Instead of spending money on products to wash fruits and veggies, Gusler recommends soaking them in a solution made of water with vinegar, salt, or baking soda, even though she says water alone will help eliminate exposure.
If you can get in there and just wash it by hand, that's a big thing. Reduces pesticides by about 20%.
The Environmental Working Group, or EWG, annually releases a guide called The Dirty Dozen, listing fruits and vegetables that contain the most amount of pesticide residues.
Still ahead here on Star City News, how a new rule is affecting the Boilermaker players this year. Nicole will fill us in.
Plus, the FBI has released the findings of its investigation, what this means for tomorrow's expected Senate vote of Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
We did see some cooler temperatures out there for today. Our high hit 78 degrees. That was actually after midnight, and much of our day, temperatures staying in the upper mid 60s. Now falling back into the upper 50s. But it looks like warmer weather and more rain chances back in the area for the upcoming weekend. We'll talk about it when we come back.